welcome back. Today we're going to be cycling to the city of Ueda. We're going to be checking out Ueda Castle, which is just brilliant. It's one of the best castles in this region, and though it's just ruins, you can imagine what the castle looked like. It's a pretty day today. Fall's coming. There's a crisp in the air, especially here in the mountains. I mean, I live at 1,000 meters in altitude, so it's a lot cooler than other places in Japan. The ride to Ueda is easy. The ride back's hard. Cycling about 70 kilometers, 35 there, 35 back. On the way to Ueda, almost the entire 35 kilometers is downhill. So it's really easy, really fast, and that's nice. But the way back's pretty hard, about 1,000 meters of climbing. So this here is one of the few climbs of this ride, going to the castle. Real short, 4%. But most of this is downhill, really fast. So just here we're passing into the city of Komoro, and it's a small city, not that big. It's between Karuizawa and Ueda, and I did a video just recently on Ueda Castle, and that's located just up there. You can see the link. But it's a castle that really shocked me because nothing's written about it. It's not really something that people suggest doing, so I wasn't expecting anything. And I got there and just blown away by the ruins that I saw. But just straight ahead, as you go past Ueda straight ahead, you go past that, then you hit the really big mountains, really big, 3,000 meters plus. And that is where Matsumoto is, just over that mountain ridge straight ahead. And one of the best castles in this region is in Matsumoto. And it's just a beautiful area. And then just up north from that is Nagano City. You just follow the valley. The valley goes along and goes directly in that direction. Woo! Some fertilizer on that field. God, that stinks. Whew. Smells like sewage. Oh, it's awful. The smells of Japan. This is cool. I don't know, I think somebody just built that for commercial purposes to resemble an old castle, but still cool architecture. Still dropping, still coming down the mountain. I mean, about 25 Ks in, 20 Ks into the ride, and still going downhill. And it's nice, it's fun, but so I gotta go back uphill. But you see we're dropping in, and just straight ahead, the valley will tighten up a little bit. We kind of got to the bottom of the descend, and this is really the bottom of the valley floor, which I've kind of been dropping into, and the river's just over here, which cuts through this valley. And it's really neat because you got several valleys kind of come together, and the cross point is right here in Ueda. So you got a valley just going down that direction, the valley cutting up behind me, and then a valley going that direction towards Nagano City. So it would have just, by sheer location, makes Ueda a very important crossroads. So just a brief detour. This is the floor plan of what an ancient temple here just on the outside of Ueda. And this is just marking what this temple was. It was destroyed 1,200 years ago, apparently. So this is an ancient temple. And here it is, just kind of marking where it is and what it would have looked like. So this is just showing the ground floor of what this old temple would have looked like here. And though I can't read the Japanese, but what I do to help me do this is I'll hold up Google Translate. It takes a picture of it and then it translates it for me. So it's able to do a pretty good job. It says this was built in 1963, this park, and was just there to just show you what the temple grounds would look like, and a lot more than that. Just entering the city of Ueda here. As you see, it's busy. It looks like a city, you know. Lots of traffic, lots of buildings, a lot going on. But it has a beautiful backdrop of mountains just behind it, and it's gorgeous, especially on a snowy day. coming into the center of Ueda. Ironically, it gets less busy in the center than it is on the outside. Feels like you're in Tokyo, doesn't it? So here we are, just pulling into Ueda Castle, and it's just right in the center of the city. So here we're just approaching the front gate, and this gate is original. It's about 500 years old. Some parts of this has been restored. And I'll give you a little bit of the story behind it in just a little bit, but you can just see cycling in. And I'm literally cycling inside of the castle walls. And that's so cool. I don't know too many places that allows you to do that. There we are. Cycling through. And here to my right are the moats that would have just dropped down all throughout. So what I'm basically doing now is just cycling around the moat here inside the castle park. You can see the moat just kind of goes around in this direction here. Still going around. And what's interesting too is there's a dry moat that's on the other side of this area here. So this castle was double moated, if you want to say, just for double protection. And this castle was one of the strongest castles in this area, if not the strongest castle. In fact, it was only allowed to be a castle for about 60 years. Because it was destroyed because it was able to keep the shogun away. The shogun, who was the ultimate warlord in Japan, wasn't able to destroy it, and you better believe that scared him. So what do? You get control, you destroy it, because it challenges your power. But this castle was just such a fortified residence. It had the cliff over here on the side, which created a natural barrier. You had the double moats on the other side of the cliffs. It was just something else. Truly a spectacle. And this here is just walking into the front gate. And this is a very old gate, and from my understanding this is original, but most of this castle has been destroyed over the course of the past 400 or 500 years. And I really think this is cool here. Look at the size of this stone that's in this wall. Could you imagine trying to put that in there? It's huge. Good Lord, man. It's massive. It's like they built the wall around the stone. It's insane looking. This is going in. See the old gate? You can just see the rock work in the buildings of the gate and the towers. And there would have been towers all around, but they don't remain anymore. And what stinks is, because of COVID, much of the attractions here, to see, you can buy a ticket to see in one of the turrets, but you can't now. And here's a map of the park of what you see, and we just walked straight through there, and there's the shrine that we just saw. This is the west tower, one of the few towers that's still standing, but it would have been all throughout here, the different towers to be in the lookout, and this would have been the actual castle itself, which doesn't exist anymore. But the grounds are here. The moats are here. There's water still in the moat, and you can just kind of get an idea of what this place would have looked like.